And I was pondering, if it's the Jets and it's the AFC Championship game, I've been to the last two title games they've played.
You're going.
I think I'm going.
You're going, 100%.
I think I have to.
If it's the wild card round?
If it's the wild card round. I mean, you got to remember, Tiki, Jets haven't even had a wild card round in all 12 years.
True. So if it's the first wild card round in 20 years, maybe. But if it's just the wild card round,
yeah,
I might be selling those tickets.
I think you're right. I have to admit, I think.
Look, I might go to Buffalo because that actually kind of would be fun.
Sitting in a snowstorm, I completely agree with. I think that's easy. I think that's
because
easy.
It's gonna. It's not 20 degrees. It's probably 30 something and snowy. It's gonna be fun. It's cool. You're drinking beers. You're having a good time.
I agree. For me, the snow is not even a question. It would not hinder me at all.
4 below and minus 30 with the wind chill. No, thank you. No, that's dangerous, right? And you can't get warm enough. Like, you can come up with all the tricks. And Loogie told us that they're allowing the attendees to bring cardboard.
Yeah, cardboard.
What the hell does cardboard do? What, are you going to hit yourself with it?
No, cardboard. So most shoes aren't properly insulated, and even if they're like winter shoes, so your feet get cold standing on cold concrete. But if you put just a little layer of cardboard down, it significantly warms your feet.
That's interesting.
So they're allowing cardboard to be brought.
And you know why that makes sense? For my experience of going to cold weather games, my feet are the things that bother me more than anything else.
Me too.
Because you could cover your face, except for your eyes. You want to see, but you could have your nose covered. You could do that. You could put a ton of layers on. Everything's warm. It's the feet that start to go.
Yeah.
There's two things, actually. It's your feet, and I want to clean this up. It's your, you know what?
Yes.
Testicles.
Your hanging appendages.
Your hanging appendages. I used to bike in incredibly cold temperatures. True story.
Right.
Like, my cutoff was 10 degrees. I would go. And when I would get here after biking and I would take my little shower that Boomer would make fun of,
Yes.
the area.
It's more like a bath.
Well, you can't take a bath here at WFAN.
Yeah, but it wasn't a shower because there's no water coming down from on top.
No, the way I did it is like the sink would have water, and then I would put towels, and then I would spray the water all over me.
A bird bath.
Yeah, it's like a bird bath.
Bird bath.
That's what Boomer called it, I think. But my area was always the biggest problem. And the secret I learned while I was biking, and this is a secret for anyone going to the game, and you got to be fair about this because you don't want to send the wrong message. If you stick your hand down your pants, that's the warmest place.
Oh.
Okay? So if you put your hand down your pants, your hand will warm up.
Okay.
True story. Now,
Or you could just wear gloves.
sometimes the gloves don't even work. I'm telling you, I used to wear gloves while biking. What I would have to do, and I didn't want to get arrested for indecent exposure, is I have to stick my hand down my pants. And I'm not doing it because I'm some freak. I'm doing it because it's the warmest part of your body. How about that? True story.
Amazing.
How are you breaking news? Don't we all sit on the couch like that at night on a cold night?
I'm whipping one out.
I did it last night. I'm watching the Rangers. I got both my hands wrapped around my junk.
Giants are playing in the NFC title game. MetLife Stadium. Extreme cold conditions.
-30 with the wind.
-30. Now, Tiki's answer is easy. He's in a suite. No big deal. It's all accomplished.
Hey, Joanne, I need a favor. Can you hook it up?
Now, Shaun, after you asked Tiki and he says, sorry, I only have room for one person and I'm bringing my wife, are you going to MetLife Stadium, NFC Championship game, got a chance to go to the Super Bowl? It's been a little bit of a long time for you. Not as much as me, but long time.
2000.
No, 2011.
No, but to see it
you're
at
home.
home.
At home. You're good call.
I was
You're
at the last home playoff when there was 2011,
call.
but not a championship.
You're right. So eliminate those other two because it was on the road. Are you showing up and sitting in -30?
Not only am I not showing up,
What?
I could make a strong case, and this includes upwards of $1 million. You could not pay me a dollar amount to go.
You bitch. Are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
Was that bad, Tiki Loogie?
The last cold game I went to was in 2008 versus the Panthers. My feet were on ice blocks. I was sick for 3 weeks after that game. It's not about the euphoria. I'm not getting sick anymore at these games. No. And by the way, Chief fans, bless your heart, you're all going to be sick for weeks, if not months. I would encourage every Chief fan to not go to this game and send a message to the NFL. Enough's enough.
Well, first of all, you're not sending any message to the NFL because not everyone is as soft as you that wants to eliminate cold weather games. The chief problem is that the fan is cocky. The fan has been to so many playoff games over the last 7 years that freezing their ass off for a wild card round, a round they don't even play in that often, is not worth it for them. I understand why Arrowhead may have a lot of empty seats.
Right.
I get it.
Did you go back and look at the secondary market again?
I did.
And which one is withstanding the weather? Because there's really 2 weather games.
Yes.
It is in Kansas City, we're just talking about, and Buffalo.
So I looked a few days ago. We brought this up on the air, the secondary market, and I pointed out that the Chiefs, prior to this forecast even becoming as, I guess, known as it was, had a weak secondary market. The get-in price was about $50. It's gone down to $40. But it's still $40, which is not $5. It's not like it's a Brooklyn Net game on a Tuesday night. Like, it's $40. So there's people that are still planning on going to this game. Meanwhile, the Kansas City Chiefs are the opposite of us as Jet fans and you as Giant fans. They're in the playoffs every year. So I understand why the Chief fan would say, I'm not dealing with minus 30. Like, what does this really mean? I go to a ton of playoff games all the time.
Yeah, but you never know what you're going to see. I think that's the one thing that gets the diehard fan wanting to go. You just don't know what, especially when you have a great quarterback and a great team. You don't know what spectacular you're going to see. And then there's the added incentive that Tyreek Hill is coming back. And Tyreek Hill, who is now in Miami, says he's going to play with no sleeves, right? Says Pat Mahomes said, give him all the love that you can because he was such an important part of the Kansas City Chiefs until he starts throwing peace signs at you, right? Because that's what he's wanting to do. But, I mean, I think this game might be really interesting from a game standpoint.
Oh, absolutely.
And so if you're a Chiefs fan, regardless of how cold it is, I don't think you want to miss it.
I also think one other thing before you jump in is that I think also really bad weather games get remembered forever. They get a nickname, and we talk about it. And so I know we already have a freezer bowl. We already have an ice bowl. So maybe there will be a name of this game. And that's another reason.
The Tuck game.
Tuck Rule game, of course.
Tuck Rule game with Brady.
What were you going to say there?
I'm going to say, Tubby, first of all,
what's with the name call?
For what reason?
I don't know.
We're having a nice
He's trying
conversation.
to get further on Sean's mom's bad side.
Yeah, my mom, not an Evan fan anymore.
What'd I do?
A lot of things you said yesterday.
I didn't disrespect your last name like certain people.
I understand that. She didn't like you calling in what time I arrived to work. I thought that was a little...
Even though you were early.
You know what? Early, late, what does it matter?
Well, first of all, to Mrs. Morash, I was not talking about yesterday specifically. I was talking just in general, you know? What time, Loogie, what time do you get here?
11:30.
What time do you normally get here, Sean?
12:45.
Okay. I was just saying, go ahead, finish your point now.
All right. Either way. Now, what was my point? Oh, yeah, Tiki. Tyreek Hill. Coming back to kids. I get that's a big... By the way, the NFL robbed the Chief fans of already doing this by sending that game to Germany. I don't care.
Good point. I forgot about that.
I'm a Giant fan. If you brought back the hologram of Y.A. Tittle to play quarterback in negative 30-degree weather, that is not encouraging me to go. I could give a rat's ass who's coming back to play.
Don't you want to say you were there?
No, I don't. Because guess what? I can make up that I was there, and everybody can believe me too. I want to enjoy the game. By the way, I also don't want to be put in a scenario as a fan where it gets so uncomfortably cold.
You got to leave.
Yeah, to the point where like hypothermia. There's a hypothermia warning. I'm not losing the tip of my nose in a 16-13 Chief Dolphin game. I want to be in the comforts of my own home knowing I don't have to deal with that.
Oh, the softy over there.
I go to more football games than you do. I don't want to hear about softy.
Yeah, but the difference is I'm not afraid of the cold weather. Like, I've sat in cold weather games. In fact, Ice cream! Ice cream! You could look up the temperature of this game, and you could find out how tough I was. The last ever game at Giant Stadium. Do you remember that game?
It's going to be mentioned later in the show, but yes.
Oh, I apologize. It was Sunday Night Football, the New York Jets against the Cincinnati Bengals. We closed down your stadium, by the way. On Sunday Night Football, the Bengals had no interest in playing that game. Jets made the playoffs. Look it up. Go to Pro Football Reference. I don't know the answer.
But I looked it up already.
What was the temperature for that game? A game I sat through, I was there, didn't leave early. Tell me the temperature so I know how much tougher I am than you. Go ahead.
So 3 hours ago, I'm pretty sure the temperature was 22 degrees, but let me reconfirm I have the right game.
Oh, that was colder than that.
Well, I'm not factoring the wind chill.
Yeah, factor in the windshield, man. Come on. You got to factor the windshield in.
Were you sitting in seats or were you sitting in a suite?
I sat, sweet. Are you kidding me?
I'm just asking.
I'll tell you exactly where I
clarity. I need clarity.
I sat in the second to last row of Giant Stadium at the very, very top, 50-yard line.
Okay, that was your seat, but how much of the game did you spend in your seat? Or were you wandering the concert?
100% of the game.
The concourse. You weren't in the concourse?
100% of the game.
How much time in the bathroom?
I don't even think I went to the bathroom. I didn't want to miss a snap.
How much time at the concession line?
Dude, I think I sat in my seat from 7:15 to 11:30.
Did you not eat a hot dog?
No, I don't think so.
So you just sat there, didn't pee, didn't eat, didn't drink.
It's usually what I do at sporting events. Yeah, sounds about right.
Did you score it?
Wind chill got the 4 degrees in that game.
4 degrees. Now, I admit that's not negative 30. I admit that.
Right.
I sat through that entire game, more so than just the 3 hours of the game because I got there early. I remember I went with my buddy Chad. Me and Chad walked right through that parking lot. We sat down.
Just Mets chat?
That's right.
Oh, okay.
You could ask him. I wonder if he remembers. I wonder, like, his memory of that
he
game.
left.
I know he didn't leave. He's
I'm
staying.
just kidding.
But 4 hours in 4-degree weather. And I remember it was cold, like, sure, but totally fine. Like, so really, what's the difference, Tiki, between 4 degrees
And negative 30?
and negative 30?
Well, technically,
What's the difference?
34 degrees.
How much different could it be?
I mean, it gets different. By the way, I don't know if Mike Florio's listening to us, but the NFL has just issued a report, according to Florio, that the NFL has said there is no threshold minimum temperature below which games won't be played, no matter how cold it's supposed to get for any of these games. The show will go on in the home stadium.
Good.
Including if it results in widespread cases of frostbite or hypothermia.
No. The
This
NFL did not have that in their statement.
So maybe Florio added that?
That's a little...
But that brings up a good point. Somebody dies in Kansas City Sunday.
No. Hold on.
Stop.
Here's what I...
Don't speak.
No. Look, you don't want that to happen. I'm saying what would cause the NFL to realize this is wrong?
I think that...
They're indemnified on the back of your ticket.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to say. Like, it's your decision to go to the game. Now, if you want to make the point that the NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills should offer fans some kind of, hey, look, we get it. We understand. This is a dangerous situation to go to that game. We are going to give you, maybe not your money back, but we're going to give you a voucher of the amount you spent on the ticket for a future game of that team in the future. I think that's a classy move. I think that's the right move to make because I fully understand, as much as I make fun of Shaun, that if you're 80 years old, you've been a season ticket holder of the Buffalo Bills for 55 years, it is dangerous to go to that game. And I understand that. And you shouldn't be left necessarily in a lark where, what do I do with the tickets? Not everybody sells them. So I think that's a different animal where the teams and the league could do something nice for those that have tickets. But I'm sorry, you know what you're getting into. Like, I know if I enter that building, Tiki, I'm dealing with the risk of hypothermia. I'm dealing with the risk of frostbite. I'm dealing with the risk that my hand goes down my pants for 3.5 quarters because that's the warmest spot of my body.
Yeah,
I get that.
That's Kansas City. That's not Buffalo. Buffalo's a different animal.
Absolutely, because that's snow.
Right, that's snow.
It's
all
more
like to play in the
driving,
snow.
right? Isn't that more
I
of the
think
issue?
it's more the... Yeah, but I mean...
Buffalo's wind chill, by the way, is going to be the same wind chill as that Jet Bank game 4.
No big deal.
But it's still like, what, 20?
Yeah, it looks like 22.
Yeah. There you go. Buffalo's doable. Kansas City is not.
What do you mean it's not? You think they should move the game? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
they're not. I'm just saying doable as a fan.
But do you agree that the league...
Me as the fan.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting in negative 30.
I respect that.
I'll sit in 4.
4 is okay with you.
Yes.
So what's your threshold since the NFL doesn't have one? -5? -10?
0.
0 is your cutoff.
Right.
Remember, before he went to that Giant Packer game, he was like, geez, it's going to be below 32. He was thinking about not going then.
It's going to be very windy tonight.
That's a good point.
Oh, the Monday night game.
Yeah.
I sat in the booth. I sat in the box.
That's the easy way out.